Hey everybody, MJ here. Got some stuff to talk about tonight. I know I got this shadow on my face. Let me try something. I got this really cool little light the other day. It's really cheap. And it's got like one super bright, then a less bright, then a flashing. But I'm gonna try this less bright. I mean, that's like, whoa, that's still super bright. Oh, and I see a strobing effect. Oh, wow. This is really cool. All right, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna move the tripod over this way. It's an annoying light, but that's okay. How's everybody doing? I'm using the new DJI Mic 2 with the receiver for the iPhone, and it works really, really well. And I just want to say one cool thing that I discovered was that I can charge my phone because there is an external, there's a USB port on the receiver. And the cool thing is the USB-C port on the receiver is, what's this? Oh, video mode only. I don't know what that means. Okay. Yeah, the USB-C port, right? Um, you can charge the receiver, but it also passes through and charges the phone. So right now, I'm showing that I'm charging my phone. If I unplug it, it'll stop charging. So I think that's like really cool. What remains to be seen though is, this is 58. Let me see. I kind of, sorry, everything in Prism is like right by the, yeah, okay. No, okay, never mind. It's right by the camera. So I'm just making sure that here's what I wanted to find out. Even though the receiver is actually fully charged, it still will charge the phone. That's what I wanted to know. Now, the only thing that I really can't tell is it loud enough? I did some tests today, and the nominal, everything's zero. There is a transmitter gain level, and there's a receiver output level. And it seems to me, from what I can just judge by looking at the VU meter, I think the receiver output level is not high enough. Let me see what I can do about that. Receiver gain. Let me do this. I'm just gonna do this. Receiver gain. That's +9, and let me see. That's +9. So I need somebody to come on and tell me if, in fact, it's distorting. That's what I need. Now let me try this. I'm just going to say hi, and I want to see if it sends. I don't see that it did anything. Okay, so what I better do is I better put my chat view on. Oh, there you go. Sorry, I couldn't see it. Look, I'm having trouble with these comments. Mike, how's it going? Good to see you, and I appreciate it so much. Okay. Hang on, I just don't know why I'm not seeing my comments. There you go, there's the box. Gosh. There's the comments box, but holy cow, this is, okay. Now, listen. Prism is it's a free program, okay? Don't pay anything for it, it's fantastic. But what happened is they did some updates to it and it messed a couple things up, so we gotta be kind and we gotta be patient. But what happened to that? Hang on. What in the world happened to, oh, it's over here, okay. I got my soda water, man. I need my soda water. All right, so I have the receiver gain way up, like +9. And yeah, one thing I like about these mics, it's going to take a while to get rid of, to flush it out, is that the transmitters have a gain setting, and that also has a gain setting. But there's one interesting setting that I'm not sure what it is. And I thought, well, it says +9. Oh, okay. See, one thing I don't like is they didn't give me, all right, so this is the overall, that's 12. Mike, can you hear me? And if you can, is this distorted? Test 1, 2. Now our friend Patrick the other day commented that the traffic noise was too loud, and he's absolutely right. And I was using my Relicart system. My Relicart system does not have the intelligent noise reduction. And I do have another USB-C microphone solution. It's really crappy. It was really cheap, but I want to see how it worked. Those two, you've seen those two little microphones that connect to a little dongle, and they don't work. So, good evening, Dave. How are you? Dave, I really appreciate you joining. And Dave kind of saved me earlier this evening because I couldn't see what was going on. It does, okay, good. I have the receiver gain maxed with the transmitter at nominal. But yeah, that's, anyway. I'm not feeling too good. I didn't get much sleep today. I had to wake up earlier and take my daughter to the bank because we had to get her bank account. So Dave, I have the transmitter gain cranked all the way up, and I'm looking at the view meter, you know, in Prism. It doesn't look like it's that loud. All right, anyway, getting back to what I was saying, my Relicart system does not have this intelligent noise reduction. And I have this other system that has the noise reduction, but it's on all the time. It sounds terrible. But let me press this button. Let me press this little button right here. Just this one little button. This is intelligent noise reduction. Wow, I see the background noise is way down. I see it on the meter. Let me turn it back off. Holy cow, what a difference. Okay, off. And now this is on. Oh, it takes a second. I know why they say it's intelligence. Watch this. Let me turn it off. Okay, now this is just the background noise as it is. If I turn it on and I don't say anything, the noise reduction doesn't do anything. It waits until I talk. And then I can crank it. Are you telling me it's okay to crank it? Is that what you mean? I should do more? Because I have the receiver up all the way, so I'll turn the transmitter up too. But what I'm saying is, let me turn the intelligent noise reduction on again. I won't say anything, and you'll still hear the background noise. And then evidently what it does is it samples my voice, and then it optimizes for that. Okay, so ready? This will be on, 2, 3. Okay, it's starting to work. Oh, I see. It takes a second for it to work. Okay. Nothing to do with my noise, or with my voice. Now, how does this sound compared to the background? Below your mouth. Okay, well, it's right here. I mean, I found out today that it kind of almost doesn't matter. All right, let me do this then, because I can do this easily. I'm going to go to the transmitter. So I would be interested to see what you have your set at. This is transmitter gain. We're on transmitter 1 here. So I'm going to crank this up. Or are we? Are we on transmitter 2? Let's see. Which one is it? It's not really sure. Noise canceling sounds good. Okay, that's good. Now, does the other one, does the DJI Mic 1 have that? Have the right in front of me. Okay. You crank it pretty high? Okay. Well, I've got this on plus 12, and I've got the receiver on maximum. That's the receiver's on plus 12. So the transmitter is 8, 10, 11, 12. Am I, in fact, on transmitter 1 or 2? Let me see. Michael Cannon, how are you? Fist bump to you, bro. Yeah, the thing is you really got to optimize it. Okay, I think I'm on transmitter 2 because let me see if I turn this down. 1, 2. No, I'm on transmitter 1. Okay, I'll leave this on 0. Yeah, audio, man. It matters. All right. Now the thing is, like right in front of me. But do I want to stand here like this? No. Usually people put it down here, or they'll put it like this. Um, I want it to face up, so I'm going to take the magnet off the back. 8 and 8, okay. I'll take the magnet off the back. I'll stick it on here like this. And, okay, that's pretty, like, sort of straight up and down. I mean, what I find interesting is that with the transmitter up all the way, it's not even peaking. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Okay, that just peaked. That just clipped. But it seems to drive this iPhone 14. I need to hit it pretty hard. So, Michael Cannon, how are you doing, bro? It's one of my longtime friends from Taiwan expat, world traveler, international businessman, one of the smartest people I know. Makes me feel dumb being around him, but yeah. You guys, yeah, I would imagine it would be, but it's trying to deal with it. But you see the road's like right here. So you guys know how many guitars that I got, right? How many guitars I got? Michael Cannon's got more degrees than I got the guitars. No, it's true, man. Yeah, good to see you. We're gonna have to hang out and maybe we could check out. I got a Celestron telescope. I'm kind of mad at Celestron actually, but I'll talk about that in a minute. Anyway, the DJI Mic 2 comes as this sweet little case, and I know you can't see it, but basically it's a charging case. You see there's charging lights down there, and it has adapters for iOS and USB-C for the receiver. The receiver also can do 3.5 millimeter TRS, to a regular dongle. There's 2 mics. I can set them for single mono, dual mono. Yeah, that's good. Yeah, I had seen that. Cool, man. Single mono, dual mono, or stereo, which means each mic's on one mic's on each side. Now today I was doing a video test. I was goofing around and I put one mic on each side, right? And I'm walking around, and as I'm going like this, you can hear the audio going like this. It kind of drives you nuts. But I did kind of want stereo audio. And I may experiment, because Dave was talking about how it sounds better, right? I may experiment with a different way of mounting them, some kind of a bridge or something across here. But I actually have 3 mics now. They're all 3 interchangeable and compatible, although the receiver can only handle 2 at a time. The reason I have 3 is because I got the Creator Combo, which came with 1, in anticipation of getting this. But DJI didn't actually make a kit where you could get everything except 1 mic. They make everything, both mics, then you can buy separately a kit with missing 1 mic but no charging case. And if you add the charging case, then it's more money. See, each mic is available for 99 bucks. So if you take the price of this and you just take 99 bucks away, that's what it should be without this, right? But no, DJI screwed up. And I started a little thread on Facebook, and I got attacked by a bunch of millennials. One guy called me a Karen. I'm like, okay, can you add? I just said you didn't get it. I don't care what these people think. But, then they start lecturing me. Oh, it's all about business and ultimately. Really? Okay, well, they don't know my background, but I mean, I started getting lectured. That's what companies do. That's what right. When's the last time you consulted for a $150 million company? Yeah, give me a break. Anyway, so enough of that. This works really well. And I've got my, this is my MagSafe charger, and it's got a USB-C in and out, and it's going into the receiver, so I'm charging my phone with it. Couldn't ask for anything better. If I put the phone in my gimbal, both of my gimbals have USB-C charging ports, which means I need a short USB-C to C pigtail. And the beauty is the back of the receiver has the USB input. So hooking it up to the gimbal to keep the phone charged now is going to be so much easier. It's just, what I'm trying to do is make sure I don't have any excuse anymore not to live stream. Wow, it's a couple of wild dogs over here. I haven't seen these guys before. Pretty big black dogs. All right, now, for those of you who know me well, you know I've been having serious cardiac arrhythmia problems, and I did post something about it on Facebook because it was time to let people know. I mean, I've had clients that I've been putting off for 6 to 8 weeks, and you know, it's not dangerous, but it doesn't matter if it's dangerous or not. If you feel like you're going to die, that's how you feel, you know, and there's nothing you can do about it. So try to take medicine, and oh boy, what's he doing? He's over there by my house. This one's over here. They're dropping turds everywhere. Good grief. It's too bad because they look like they're pretty good boys, you know. These dogs, yeah. Hey boy. Oh, there's another one. There's 3 of them. Holy cow, man. I remember when I couldn't ride my bike in this neighborhood because I would be chased by dogs, so at least that has straightened out. There's another one. Hey, boy. Wow, he's got gray in his face. He looks old. Yeah, the march of the 3 big black dogs. So I went to see my doctor on Monday, told him about some stuff's going on, and my friend Carrie told me about a possible cause, you know, and I discussed it with him and discussed other things, and he put me on a new medicine. Oh my gosh. I got my life back. I started on that medicine Monday afternoon. I noticed the difference right away. And I have had, over the last several days, wow, they're back. There's 3, I don't know. I bet that place feeds them. That's the Realty place. But I have had a significant reduction in heart palpitations and tachycardia and just drop beats because I have PVCs, premature ventricular contractions, and they're disgusting. And they hit me really hard. So I am looking forward to resuming my schedule. Tomorrow night I'm going to Kaohsiung, and the Rocks Club is back open. Apparently they've kind of rebuilt, and they got a big jam session tomorrow night. So bringing my Flying V, but it's not actually a real Flying V. I like it very, very much. It's my front camera flipped? No, I guess it's not. And so, yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Kind of an unexpected trip, though. So let's get into Celestron. Now, Celestron has these strict policies. I tried to buy about $1,200 worth of stuff from the United States, and they said they sent me this email. And this is what I hate. And I hate companies that do this, and this is one reason I kind of don't like going to the United States anymore, because, I don't know, it's weird. People think that's their job to enforce everything. That's what it is. You got those overzealous people that can't mind their own business. I get this email back, and it says, unless you have an order from the United States government, in other words, permission, or you are a licensed exporter, you can't order these products. And I wrote back to them, and they asked me, you know, who's it for? Who's doing this? You know, why are you doing? Why did you order this from an overseas IP? And I didn't lie. I didn't use a VPN or nothing. And I told the truth. And I said, don't tell me that this is illegal. This isn't restricted technology. And don't tell me, you know. And so finally I got into the email, and they said, you know, we're not able to facilitate you getting this stuff because the manufacturer has put restrictions on where it can be sold. So I wrote back to him and I said, thank you for telling me the truth. Because you said, and I quoted it, and it had nothing to do with the law or US government or anything. So I just wanted to, let them know I busted them on it. And then they sent me another email and it was like, are you ready to order? Let us know. And so I wrote him back and I said, are you trolling me? Or is this a case of where your left hand doesn't know what your right hand's doing in your company? Because I see this all the time. Hadn't heard back from him. So what I did do was on Tuesday, I went and I bought a camera. Now this is a USB-C camera, Celestron, Next Image 5. Now here's the thing. If you go to a website and you look at the Celestron Next Image 5 astronomical USB camera, it doesn't look like that. Now here's the kicker. You got to notice this. It says 5B. You see that? Now, it also says 93711. It's a part number, -B. You look down below, celestron.com.cn. That is a Celestron-owned domain, but it's in China. Well, actually, it might come under control of the Chinese subsidiary. But anyway, long story short, it came with a business card with 2 URLs, and if I try to download the software, I have to log in on Baidu. Okay, well, I didn't want to, but I tried to set up a Baidu account. I call it Baidu. Joke's on them. Wouldn't let me do it. Wouldn't let me do it at all. So, the regular Next Image 5 is a 93711, but there's no B. The B happens to be, I guess, the Chinese version. If you look in the front of it, you can't see there because there's a lens cap on the front, but there is the letter C on there. So I just went looking. I did a Google image search, right? Come on, man. What I want to do is come on. Okay, settle down, and let me swipe. There you go. I did a reverse image, and I found this, okay? And this is the exact same thing, and this is made by OHYCCD, made in China. It's the exact same camera. So I went to their website and I tried to download the software, and this is what the camera that I bought looks like. It also has a network connector. It has an RJ45 network connector because it's a guiding camera, which the other one, the non-B version, is not a guide camera, which means that while you're using it for astrophotography, if you connect that RJ45 network cable to your computer, to your telescope's computer, it more accurately tracks whatever it is you're trying to photograph. So it's not only an astro camera, it is an auto guider. And just for the fun of it, I happened to find a picture that shows that, yes, this is the exact same thing, okay? Exact same thing. But I went to their website and, I downloaded all the software and the drivers, it's the main thing. I can't get it to run. I can't get anything to recognize it. However, I'm using my Surface Pro 7, which is what I would use on the roof of my house because it's basically a tablet computer with a pretty big battery. I can run it for several hours. And it runs Windows 11. I was trying to, I want to take my Surface Pro out in the field and use this camera and not have to have a generator and a laptop. The problem is my Surface Pro has a USB 3.0 connection. This camera is a 2.0, and often I found that when you try to mix them, it doesn't work. So the next thing I got to do is I got to load these drivers on my daughter's notebook and see if that works. but I'm inclined to take it back because there are so many other cameras out there that work. And I just, you know, I don't need all this. So it's not that it's a fake. It's that I think it's rebranded. And I just saw that because I am having trouble again with my, okay, I'm just gonna leave that on. I think it's just rebranded is what it is. Not unusual, you know, I found the OEM. But the problem is trying to go to, I posted on Facebook, I said, can anybody help me? I need somebody in China with a Baidu account that can download this stupid driver. So I wrote to Celestron. And the email that I got from them was so derogatory that I had trouble believing it. They said, in no case are we able to help you. And so I'm quoting them, you know, in line. I said, that sounds pretty ominous. In no case. And they keep saying, they said repeatedly that I have to buy from authorized dealers. Say I'm in Taiwan. I didn't try to hide that. And my signature says MJ Klein sent you Taiwan, you know, when I wrote to them. You have to buy from an authorized dealer. And they said, we will not authenticate anything not purchased from an authorized dealer. You must seek support from your dealer. So I wrote back, you know, in line, I said, yeah, I bought it from a dealer, and I did check with a dealer, and he said the regular software doesn't work. The regular software is supposed to work, and it doesn't. So I went to the manufacturer to ask for help. That's what I'm telling you. And then they said, you should return the item immediately. So I wrote back to him, I said, okay, I'm taking your recommendation. I'm taking every piece of Celestron equipment that I own, and I'm returning it. And I'm gonna buy Meade, M-E-A-D-E, Meade Instruments. When I was in France, Patrick had a Meade Dobsonian with basically a clone of the Celestron guidance system. And it's a 10-inch telescope. It's phenomenal. And Meade instruments are expensive, but they easily rival Celestron. In fact, you can buy a larger telescope from Meade. If you got the money, you can buy a 14-inch Schmidt Cassegrain observatory class instrument from Meade. And the biggest one you can get from Celestron is the 11-inch Edge HD, which is still capable of resolving the Apollo moon landing sites. But hey, anyway, I'm so angry with them. And they have this protectionist stuff, you know. They don't sell stuff except through dealers. Okay. Well, Celestron, I'm going to tell you something, and there isn't a damn thing you can do about it. Ready for this? I'm going to have somebody in the United States purchase that and have it sent to their home. And then they're going to put it in the mail, and they're going to send it to somebody that I know that's a flight attendant that goes to Taiwan every week. And guess what's going to happen? I'm going to have my StarSense auto guider, I'm going to have my aux port splitter, I'm going to have my Wi-Fi module, and everything that you wouldn't sell to me, I'm going to have it in 2 weeks. And there isn't a damn thing that you can do about it. How do you like that? You mess with the bull, you get the horn. But what I don't understand is, what's the goal of business? Does anybody know? You know, when I was a consultant, that's the first question that I used to ask. I would go into a factory, and you know, they'd be manufacturing stuff, and I would talk to them, and this was an odd woman. She was walking down here, and she saw me, and she paused, and now she's on the phone. Weird, but this was the States, I would be suspicious. So I would ask them, you know, What's the goal of your business? And you guys heard this story I told before a long time ago about the paper route. As soon as they start going, well, the goal of our business, they've lost it. The goal of your business is the same. It doesn't matter what your business is. The goal of your business is to make money. That's it. Unless you're a nonprofit. And if you're a nonprofit, then you have the luxury of having some kind of an ethical aspect to what you do. You should always do things ethically, but what I'm saying is the motivation or the goal might be different. So yeah, with business, the goal is to make money, and they, they don't seem to be interested. So at the end of it, that's why I said I'm going to get rid of everything. I'm going to buy meat. So just let them know, okay, you want to give me the finger? Well, I mean, do you expect me to cry? I'm not gonna. I'm gonna solve this problem. Oh, what is she doing? She's yelling. It's after 11 o'clock. She's yelling at somebody. At 1 o'clock a.m. my time, I have a workshop to attend online. Streaky, the famous mastering engineer, has a mastering workshop, and I'm going to attend it. So I wanted to come on before then. It is, yeah, it's only 10 after midnight, so we're good. And ooh, Patrick sent me something. Oh gosh, I got another brilliant Facebook reply. Listen to this. This is Facebook for you, okay? I posted, I said, I was very pleasantly surprised to find that I can recharge my phone with the receivers, and through the USB-C port. I specifically mentioned the USB-C port, and she says, does that not mean it's draining the RX battery? No, you dummy! I said the USB-C port, yeah, with the charger plugged in. Duh! I hate Facebook. I hate Facebook so much. I think I'm just gonna quit. Except, Michael Cannon watches me on Facebook. Oh my gosh. You guys see, I mean, sometimes I just feel like, I mean, my IQ is lowering anyway because I'm getting older and my brain is shrinking. But gosh, there are artificial things that make my brain shrink. That's what I wish I could take a break. I wish I had a commercial break. We'll take a break. We'll be back after this. That's just how it is. What can I say? So I'm pissed at Celestron, and they can, whatever. So today, right, I was out and about, and I had, let me show you. I went to this, okay, hang on. This sushi place. And the sushi place had the strangest looking plates on it. You would grab a plate, and that little thing would open up. It's just kind of crazy. And I thought it would be interesting to see if I can make is this it? Hyperlapse? Yeah. And what's interesting is how you see the lines in the back. Yeah. Wow, something really interesting just happened. I played a clip with audio a minute, just a second ago. That last clip had audio, and it came out of the phone's speakers. That's in stark contrast to when I stream with the Lightning to 3.5 millimeter DAC headphone adapter, because it would play the audio through that, assuming I had a set of headphones connected. So the iPhone knows, it's smart enough to know, and the receiver doesn't give it the impression that it's attached to a set of headphones. So the iPhone knows this is just a receiver, and it's just inputting into the phone, but it should output through the speakers. Wow, that makes a big difference, because for some reason I was looking at something a little while ago, and I got my iPhone speakers, I got the volume like all the way up on 10. I better lower it down. It's like crazy. I just blasted the neighborhood here. So I thought that was funny. Now, around here, of course, you know, we have a lot of Thai food, and Xiao Hui's opened up a new restaurant. Her husband's been cooking. And today I got some Kong Xing Thai. That's hollow vegetable. We talked about this before. It's a beautiful vegetable. Dave knows about it. He's seen it in Japan. With some beef, and he made a nice, beautiful brown sauce with it, right? No cornstarch or anything, because it's not thick, and it's excellent. It's kind of more like almost like a juice, but it's brown, you know, from the meat and from the soy sauce and spices. And so, you know, I eat the vegetables and the meat, and I got this plate full of this brown gravy. So what are you going to do with it? I had him cook me 4 eggs. We call them ban so. Ban means half. So refers to cooked or raw. So ban so means half cooked. I would say that in English, I would say like sunny, eggs that were sunny, or maybe slightly just over easy. And what I did was that plate came out, and I put them, the plate came out of the kitchen with those 4 eggs, and I poured that brown sauce on them. And let me tell you, this is an iPhone photo. You can't tell me jack squat. That is just amazing how great that was. But speaking of photos, what I wanted to point out was the Pocket 3 is a darn good camera. That is just the standard, you know, configuration. There's nothing special about that. That's just normal, you know, color profile and stuff. The focus on it is amazing, and I just regret that. I mean, I wish it had a huge screen. The screen's okay. It's just a little harder to aim at. It's way better than the Pocket 2. I was almost ready to buy the Pocket 2, but I'm glad that I waited and got the Pocket 3. But I gotta tell you, this thing is, the Pocket 3 is probably going to be my new YouTube thumbnail machine. Now, speaking of which, I have the 29th of this month, towards the end of the month, where I'm supposed to be releasing my first record in like 24, 25 years. I've decided to be a little bit flexible with that release. I mean, I have two releases planned for the first quarter. The first one was going to be at the end of January, and the second one was going to be by the end of March. And I realized I can let it slide a little bit. After talking with my doctor says I'm trying to do too much, I'm trying to do too fast, and I've always been hard on myself. I realize that I've always not kind of given myself slack to do stuff, and I know I don't forgive myself for messing things up, so it kind of stands to reason. It's sort of the behavioral pattern that I have established. But the long story short is, I'm going to go on the 29th. I may actually use their studio to cut the vocals for the song that I want to release, but everything else is finished. The drum tracks are all done. Everything's done. I've just been designing the vocals, because, you know, my songs always have fairly complex background vocal sections. And I've been working on the design of it, you know, how I want it to sound, the arrangement. And then once you get the arrangement down, it doesn't matter just singing the tracks. Only, you know, maybe I used to do, once I got in the old days in the studio, once I, you know, knew the notes, I'd written out what I wanted for the notation to, you know, actually to sing, right? The notes I wanted to sing, and each harmony. Actually singing them only took like an hour, if that, because you'd only have to stop if you messed up. And using tape, you know, you don't have all these virtual tracks and do this comping and all this crap. You just, if it's no good, you erase it and you copy over it, you know. I have that sort of that same approach. now with the DAW, although I will use different takes for versions, but not necessarily because I didn't sing it well. You know what I'm saying? I don't, every single take I will erase over the parts that were bad so that every take stands on its own, but I do different takes so I can get little different phrases and different nuances, and then I'll comp the individual phrases. You know, like the first phrase will come along, there might be 3 verses of them. Oh, I like the timing of number 2, I like the timing of number 1, the next phrase. That's the kind of comping that I do. Not the, I was way off on another planet, and because I can't sing and I'm an idiot, like so many people that release records, I think, sound like, but that's just me. So I still see quite a bit of noise. It's going to be interesting for me later to listen to this broadcast and hear what it sounds like. I'll probably listen to it upstairs in the studio because that's where I'm going to listen to this seminar coming up. Good thing I don't have to really do anything. I just got to log on. I have plenty of time. Got to log on. I'm going to listen with my Atom studio monitors because Streaky's going to be doing some, he's going to actually do some mastering for us in real time and show us some of the tricks that he uses. I actually paid for his complete course, but I haven't. Okay, excellent, thank you. But it's up all the way. Everything's jacked on 10. It'll be interesting to see how. Let me see. Let me turn this off so I can read that part. Okay, so. Okay. I'll answer that. I'll answer that in a second. The interesting thing will be to see if I use this receiver to change the mic setting. So when I connect it to the Pocket 3, I believe that it will revert to the Pocket 3 settings, but we'll see. I might have to crank it up there. And I got to do some experiments with that camera also, because I'm going to use the iPhone, and I can use this receiver and a couple mics in front of me, out of sight, you know, on the recording. And I'm going to use the Pocket 3 and the iPhone in order to record the videos that I'm doing. I'm working on at least 3 videos, maybe 4. Just, you know, there's a bunch of clips I'm putting together. But the great thing about these mics is they have built-in recorders, and they record at 32-bit float, which means you don't have to worry about clipping. So I have 3 of them, so I can just place mics at various places and have an amazing 32-bit float. The answer, okay, to your question is, I can read music, but I can't sight read anymore, which means it's hard for me to sit down at an instrument and read it and play. But I look at it, I know the notes, I know the notation, I can figure it out. But because I haven't done that in 40 years, I mean, a lot of guys like Tony Vaughn are excellent sight readers, and Jim Allard, who unfortunately passed away a number of years ago, he was in my band, and he was a sax player and a keyboard player, and he actually made some charts. And of course I had a publisher. My publisher used to, by hand, he had a special fountain pen with a music notation nib, and he was meticulous about it. This guy hand wrote many of my songs for publishing purposes. It was astonishing. The guy's like a robot in a machine. It was amazing, the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And so Jim wrote some charts, and Tony Vaughn and Larry Cooker, who filled in for him one time, would sometimes read those charts, or Tony sometimes would make notations. And it used to throw me because he's obviously in bass clef. But how do people remember songs written all that? Okay, I'm going to tell you something. sometimes you'll hear music professionals say musical notation is the writing, is the handwriting of the language of music, and unless you're fluent in it, you can't really do anything. Judges, I'm sorry, that answer is incorrect. Yeah, it helps, it's great, but it depends what you're doing. If you're scoring a movie, and then when you're all done, you have to conduct the orchestra for the stuff that you scored, that's a whole different thing. But guys like Leslie West, you know, he didn't read music. Half, maybe 80% of the guys out there can't, maybe more than that. What we do use is the number system. I know that's big in Nashville, but in Boston, when I would do sessions as a backup singer, I distinctly remember working with Armstead Christian. He's since passed. He became a professor of music at Berkeley. And Ellis Hall, everybody knows Ellis Hall. He was a consultant on the movie Ray, excuse me. And he was lead singer for Tower of Power for a number of years. So Ellis Hall was doing some tunes for a songwriter named Mike Kissel, who unfortunately he's passed away too. But Armstead, his nickname was Bunny. Bunny, and another gentleman named Roger Johnson used to come in to do the background vocals. So it would be Ellis Hall doing the lead, and we would do background sections. I was 22 years old, and the biggest compliment I got particularly from Bunny, was he would listen to the playback, and he would look at me. He says, "You know, I can't even tell there's a white dude in there." It's like, oh. That was a high compliment. I know he's talking about soul, right? Here's the thing, Mike. I want to get directly to your question. They use the number system. So it's real simple. Let's see, you got a scale. Let me see, you're on da, 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 da. That's 1, 2, 3, major 3. Major 3 would be da, and minor 3 would be da, so it's da da da, minor 3. So da 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 da. So he would say, Ellis would say, I got tonic. Well, that means 1. So Ellis would be singing, and he'd look at me. He'd say, okay, you got the third, which would mean 1, 2, 3, da da da. And he'd say, Bunny, you got 5, of course. So it'd be so we would be singing. Ellis would be singing, and I'd be singing, and Bunny would be singing, and that's, that was it. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then sometimes there would be like a minor 7 or something else thrown there, or really cool stuff like, I love suspended seconds, where you've got 1, 2, 3. So you got a chord that's da, and then the third goes to the second. I love that, and Brad Delp from Boston did that a lot. But we just use a number system. But you're supposed to be smart enough to know what mode you're in. So when the chord changes to a minor, you don't sing the major third, you sing the minor third. And I was always really good at that. My ears were just amazing. Quite frankly, my ears were very good for hearing all that stuff. So the younger MJ photo I posted on Facebook, I don't remember posting a younger one. Did somebody else post it for me? I don't remember posting that. But that's basically what it is, Mike, is the number system. And so when I write stuff out, I can write it out in notation if I want to. But all the stuff that I score in MIDI, and then if I want to, I can look at it in script, in the piano music, sheet music. I can print it out that way too, but I just usually just use the number system because it just makes sense. Now the interesting thing is you can use the number system for chords too, right? So if you got like da 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 da, we call that a 1 4 5 because it's 1 1 2 3 4 da da 5, da-dum, da-dum, da-dum. So when you're talking about chords, you go like dun, and then dun. It would be 2. That's usually 2 minor. Although some modes it'll be major. So we would be in the studio. So how's the song go? You say it goes 1, 2 minor, 5, which is an extremely common type of chord progression. Dun, 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 dun. Or it might be 6 minor to 4, dun, dun, and then 1, 5. You know, so everything's already been written. We're just recombining them, right? And so Rick Beato's really good at that. Rick Beato is almost like a machine. Of course, his son, you know, the way the DNA stacked up. You guys have seen him, Rick Beato's son, where Rick would just like play an odd chord and the kid would tell what the root is and he would tell the extensions of it. It's just bizarre. I'm not that good. But I can analyze most tunes. But I think what's more important than that is being able to analyze music itself, to be able to tell what's coming, right? And so what I used to do with, that wasn't me. Nope. Wasn't me, because I never grew a beard in my youth. I only grew a beard when I was older, so my beard was white, like it is now. See, I haven't shaved for a couple days, been taking it easy, and see, it's white. Oh, wasn't me. That's why I don't remember, it wasn't me. I might go back to the original kind of chat and get off the chat widget. Oh well, so anyway. But I appreciate it. Cool cat just like I am now. Thanks. I'm old and cool, but yeah. So I need to go upstairs and check out the seminar. Before I do that, I'm going to go to Facebook and I'm going to have to say politely, you missed the part where I said USB-C. Oh my word. People are just so quick. I actually complimented somebody the other day for using the correct term. And I said, I want to thank you for using the correct term, blah, instead of blah like everybody else. And he writes back, he said, well, that's because you should educate yourself. Well, I replied, somebody needs to reread my comment. And all I got was, oh, sorry. Okay. Bible principle, listen slowly. You ever had a conversation with somebody that while you're talking, they're going, they can't wait to just release this barrage of crap before you've even finished. They don't even know what you're going to say. They've already formulated an answer, a rebuttal or whatever, and it's irrelevant. Oh, I knew somebody like that, and it was so annoying. They would be, I would go, what? I haven't finished. What kind of crap have you, go ahead, say it. Just let it out. And of course, it was something off in left field. I said, that's not what I was going to say. But I could not have a conversation with this person because there's so many assumptions going on. So anyway. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you. And I just want to let you know, I got my life back, seems like, with these PVCs. And I guess I can try to start live streaming more. I think it's okay. But I got to get going. I got to get upstairs and get ready for my little seminar, or my little workshop, because I don't want to be late. All right, you guys take care, and remember, MJ loves you, and we'll see you next time on the Real Taiwan. So have a good morning, afternoon, evening, wherever you are in the world. Thank you so much for joining. Fist bump to all you guys, and we'll see you next time. And thanks so much, Mike and Dave, for the signal report. Take care, and like my daughter says, bye-bye.